What is going on, YouTube? I have got some new settings here at the start of Season 2. They have changed and added some of the settings people have been asking in my comments. What are your new settings? I'm seeing some new settings pop up that are confusing me, and I'll tell you what, it's not a bad thing. I know all about them. I've already tweaked them. I've mastered them. I've taken this time to, again, change my setup. I know my videos look a little bit different, but I've also been studying these settings, and controller definitely got a buff this season. These settings are fantastic for us, but I'm over here. I've got my main Black Widow, and we're going to showcase some of these new settings and why they are a buff and not why they are nerfed. Some people are really, really nervous, and you don't need to be. You need to be excited. So here are my updated Human Torch Black Widow settings, if you're looking for that. But what I want to go over are this new boost here, these new horizontal and vertical boosts, which I'm so excited about. We're going to go over our base sensitivity and how to find a good, comfortable sensitivity for you after the season, and my new philosophy for the dual zone S-curve. A lot of this has changed. I'm going to explain what they do, what they are, so that you can make these for yourself. If you want to copy and paste what I've got down, feel free. It works for me, probably will work for you, but I'm going to give you what they do exactly so you can go through each and tweak it, try it, tweak it, try it, tweak it, try it, until you find something that is perfect for you. But what you're going to notice when you open your settings, if I take these out, you're going to hit start, go to settings, and you're going to see this, and you're going to see advanced, and you're going to see character, movement, input, dead zone. These are new. Advanced isn't new, but this is new. Let's touch on this toxic, terrible thing right here. This does nothing other than make it harder to play the game. So it gives a dead zone. You see that green circle down here. I think it's an attempt to make it faster to get a movement input, but what ends up happening is I keep going. You end up going left and right when you don't want to. Like you want to go in a straight line, and it makes you go left and right. It feels terrible. So what I do is I go past the default, and I'm up to 25, because if I don't do that, it feels jank, and that's only with this season after the setting is here. So if you have been playing a character that you've been really comfortable with until the seasonal update on controller, this is what is messing you up, especially Black Widow players, probably Captain America players, because you guys have a sprint ability as well. This is what's messing you up. Fix this, and it'll probably solve your issue. If not, we've got some new settings in the advanced tab. Now, before I dive straight into those, I'm going to talk about how I get my horizontal and vertical, and why you shouldn't freak out that I have 500 up here. I know you're eyeing it. The recommended is way down here at like 125. I've got it at 500. I must be a crazy crackhead on Adderall, right? No, I'm not. I will explain. This is so high because we're using the dual zone S-curve. You're not going to feel it. You got to adjust how you play a little bit, but you're not going to feel it. So the way this works, dual zone S-curve. This graph, let's explain what this graph does first. Let's go over the values. The top value is 500 sensitivity because we have it maxed. You're only hitting the top of this graph if you are maxing out your stick or your controller. The bottom of this graph represents 0 sensitivity. The line here represents how close you are to 0 or 500 on the graph. You start here. The farther you push your right stick out towards the edge of its input, the farther you move on this graph. So say I push my right stick to halfway, that means that I'm halfway on this graph. And then you want to go how close, the game goes, how close do they want to get to the 500 sensitivity that's possible? Well, that's what this line does for us. So it's going to go closer and closer and closer to 0 because we brought this line down, because we don't want to be flicking around like crazy crackheads. We're at about here on this part of our controller. Now, if we max it out and go all the way to the edge of our controller, we are pushing that stick all the way to the edge as far as it can go. That's when we reach all the way to here. And that's the only time you will have to deal with 500 cents. What is the point of this? What does this do? Usually when you play on controller, you either have to pick slow sensitivity and have good aim and tracking, or you can pick high sensitivity and have good movement and be a harder target to hit. What dual zone S-curve does is it opens the door to controller players to be good at both at the same time, especially in a game like this where you play keyboard and mouse players that are the meta in this game. If you play on PC and you're playing against them, I know in quick play you play against them even if you're on console. That's really important. In order to compete with people that are on keyboard and mouse that can just flick target to target to target, they can use their whole arm, you're going to have to be able to aim and do those flicks at the same time. How do we do that with only our thumb? Well, if you're using just the inner part, the little movements of your controller to track, that is where the line is the lowest. So we're using slow sensitivity. We're still accurate at the bottom. But then, oh crap, I'm tracking, I'm doing great. I'm doing a great time. I'm tracking him. Oh, someone's behind me. I can flick around and still hit that shot, right? So I'm tracking little movements, and then I can go to the edge and flick. See how I'm hitting? That was a bad example. I'm tracking. Oh crap, someone's behind me. Go like this, jump. Oh crap, hit that all the way to the edge, flick. But I can still track people slowly and make these slow little movements where I keep my low sensitivity if I'm only moving my stick a little bit. It is going to take some time to get used to not meet thumb your thumbstick. I'm sure you've gotten used to doing that. Just use the inside of your controller. If that gets too hard, I'm telling you, take a week to try it. I recommend this foam that I have around. That's what this orange ring is. The foam around my controller. Here, let's put it in focus so you can see a little bit better. If you add foam here, it adds a little bit of resistance, so it keeps you in that center area unless you're pushing really hard. It's usually pretty cheap. The company that makes it is Control Freaks with a K. I'm not sponsored, but man, do I love that product. It's also where I get the thumbstick extender. If you're serious about being a controller player long term and you don't want to switch to keyboard and mouse ever, but you want to play competitive games, the thumbstick extender and the foam around your right stick, I can't express how important that is. I am going to have a controller buying guide to find what the best controller to buy is. Don't just buy a scuff without doing any research. But that's something in the future. Now, how did controller get a boost, right? Everything I go over, we've already had in the game. So we've had the dual zone S-curve. We've had this sensitivity disparity. Again, so I didn't touch on vertical, just a little pause. No, I hate to interrupt myself, but I have 500, 291 here. How we find that is whatever number you pick as your horizontal at the top, multiply that by 0.652. You will get this number down below. What that does, since that you're playing on a 16:9 game, you have to do that equation to have an equal sensitivity while you're going up and down and left and right. If you have 500, 500, you will go faster in one direction instead of it being consistent all around. So if you want to be looking up and down at the same speed that you're looking left and right, so if you're tracking people that are jumping, you want it to be consistent, you've got to do that equation to find the vertical sensitivity. If you don't want to do it yourself, I recommend going 500 and then just using mine here. But if you want to tweak this and bring it down a little, sometimes I use 450. I use 450 for the Human Torch. I do that equation. I find that's how you find your vertical sensitivity to keep it in line. Now, that's super important because usually I play in shooters. I have a higher horizontal sensitivity than I have vertical. That is because usually you want to keep good centering. Like if I'm coming around a corner, I'm out here. Here, there's a little edge here. Someone's going to be on the right side once I walk out here. I don't want to be aiming at the floor when I come out. And then once I see an enemy, I'm going to have to come up and shoot them. And I don't want to be aiming at the sky too high because then I'm going to come out and then I'm going to have to come down and shoot them. What you want to do with your centering and why you keep your horizontal faster than your vertical, because it helps you just move left and right as you're moving around, is keep it right where the enemy would be. So you walk out here and you come out and I'm already on my target. So you want to keep your crosshair on where a target would be, come out and I just shoot. As soon as I turn the corner, I don't have to adjust. I can just shoot. So that is why you want to keep that. Even though I missed. That is why you want to keep that sensitivity vertical, slower than your horizontal. That is what's going to help with those gunfights that are like split-second decision. Who shoots first is going to win. But, like I said before, we did this equation so it's the same up, down, left, and right. How are we going to boost the horizontal? You come on down here to the new setting, horizontal max dead zone sensitivity boost. Man, do I love when they put this setting in video games. Holy crap. The Finals, the other game I play a whole lot, has these, and that's the game that taught me how to do this stuff. Every single game should have this. If you're playing against a keyboard mouse player, you have to have the setting to compete. Now that we have it, congratulations, controller players. You don't have to switch because this takes it so it multiplies your max input. Like we go back over to this curve. Once you hit the very, very edge of this, it boosts you by 100 to go even faster. So if I put this on 0, right? I come over, I'm still hitting that boost to go faster. See that flick? but then I bring it back up to 100, it'll make that flick way faster. Nope, wrong setting. Right here, horizontal. It makes it so that I can actually flick around from target to target. And what I use this in scope is I'll like make corrections while I'm shooting. Like, oh, I got him there, I'm not quite on target, and I'll flick over. Stuff like that. Like little fast adjustments you wouldn't be able to do on controller usually. That lets you stay accurate while you're on the move. I'm in the middle of explaining. I promise my actually better than that. But you see, yeah, right there. There's a good example. The little flick adjustments while you're in the scope. It's great with Bucky, Human Torch as well. You can see I wasn't quite on target, but I hit it while I was moving. There we go. That's what it allows you to do. And when you just tap the edge of your controller, it lets you like. You don't have to commit to turning around a bunch. You're just kind of hitting it once and it's pushing you around. But then I can still use the slow tracking to the inner of my controller to track people perfectly when I need to, even though I have my sensitivity on 500. And that is the magic of having a boost. So that's what that setting does. I wouldn't touch the vertical because that'll hurt you in your centering. You're coming around a corner and it'll boost you down to the floor while you're coming around, or boost you to the sky, and then Hulk or Thor or Spider-Man's gonna come around and you're gonna shoot the wrong place, or you're gonna have to come down and try and hit him, and by that time they've already done damage to you. Just boost your horizontal. I boost my vertical by like 5 just in case I'm like tracking someone and they flick up while I'm in scope. Usually it's just a Black Widow thing, but this is the addition of this setting. So valuable. I'm so happy they added it. I didn't even see people asking about it. I think I'm the only person on YouTube that is talking about how important this boost setting is. And I love that they added it. It's huge in PvP for people playing cross input. Great. It's fantastic. Here are my aim assist Windows settings for Widow. I know some people wanted some updated stuff. Here are my universal reticle settings. People like my reticle. And but most of all, wanted to go over those new settings. Make sure on every character, go into this character movement input dead zone, bring this above that recommended setting to, I recommend 25, feels perfect for me, and then come into advanced and boost that horizontal max dead zone boost up, man, because it is a beloved setting once you get used to it. Lets you flick around like a keyboard and mouse player, but keeps you accurate as well. And I hope this helped. If you have any questions, are there any other new settings that I'm forgetting about right now I didn't touch on? Let me know in the comments below. Someone in my community will let you know, or I will. I usually try and respond immediately if I'm not doing something and I'm not busy. I will give you an in-depth explanation, but let me know if this helped. If it didn't, let me know something horrible that you wish that would happen to me because I didn't help you out when I promised to. And I appreciate you guys watching. Peace. I'll see you guys in the next one.